Okay, without any other introductions, please help me welcome our next speaker, Dr. Mark Rutenberg.
All right.
You ready?
No.
You're on.
Didn't make a difference, did it? How many people here know the story of Honi Hamagil? Honi Hamagil. Let's raise your hand if you know the story. All right. A lot of people don't know the story. So Honi Hamagil was a sage who lived at the time by Sheni, towards the end of Sheni. And there was a drought, and it was a very bad drought, and we lived by the rain in Israel. So Honi Hamagil goes outside and he puts a circle, Honi Hamagil. He makes a circle around himself. He draws a chalk around himself, and he says, Hashem, I'm not leaving this circle until it rains. Nothing happens. He says it louder, Hashem, I'm not leaving the circle until it rains. It starts to rain a little bit. No, not that kind of rain. A real rain. Pours. Rabbi Shimon ben Shatach said to his wife, you know, I could stand outside, put a circle around myself and cry all day long, wouldn't rain a drop. His wife said, does that mean Honi Hamagil is bigger than you? He said, no, it's just different. It's like, I'm an advisor to the king. He has his board of advisors, you know, his cabinet. And they decide what to do, and I say this, and someone says something else, whatever. And while this is going on, the king's 5-year-old son climbs on his lap and says, Abba, give me a chocolate, now! So, that's Honi Hamagil, he gets the chocolate. I'm one of the advisors of the king. He may or may not listen to me. Point is, that's one way of looking at this, but there's a much deeper way of looking at it. It doesn't mean he was being childish. It means he was immediate. So we have to understand that, we have to go to his grandson. His grandson was Abba ben Hilkiah. So this is a very remarkable family, the Hamagil family. The Honi Hamagil's family, very remarkable. His grandson, the sages sent his 3 people to his grandson because there was another drought. And so we need you to pray for, his grandfather passed away. We need you to pray for rain. So he wasn't clear, he didn't address them quickly. The Gemara there in Tanis 23 goes into the Chav Gimel, goes into this whole thing. It's very interesting. He did certain things that were strange, and it doesn't matter. But the point is, finally goes into his house, goes to his wife, he says, let's go up on the roof. So they go on the roof. His wife goes in one corner, he goes in the other corner. And they pray for rain. And it rains. And the sages who came to recruit him noticed that it rained on his wife's corner much earlier than it rained on his corner. So he asked him, why is that? So he said something very interesting. And he said that I give her the money. I bring the money into the system. That's my job. I set up the structure. But she's the one who sees the poor people. She hears their stories. She knows what's going on with them. She's at the front door. I just fund the operation. She's the hands-on, direct connection to the operation. Hashem listens to that. That's the immediacy. That's why Honi Hamagil, that she wasn't, by the way, we think that Abba Hilkiah was a son of a daughter of Honi Hamagil. This is Abba Hilkiah's wife. This is not a descendant, direct descendant. This is through marriage. But the concept was transmitted that it's a direct connection. So before we talk about this in connection, something very, very important, which is, where did this all come from? Yitzhak and Rivka. Yitzhak and Rivka are praying for a child. They don't have a child yet. And the pasuk says that V'atar Yitzhak, V'atar is an old word for prayer, V'atar Yitzhak la'Hashem l'nohach ishto. And Yitzhak prayed to Hashem l'nohach ishto. What does that mean, l'nohach? It means, in Hebrew, it means like opposite, but not really opposite. Like in a good English word for it, in juxtaposition with. They relate to each other, but they're separate. They're separate. He's in one corner, just like Abba Hilkiah. One corner of the roof, the other corner of the roof. Over here by Yitzhak and Rivka, he's in one corner of the room, she's in the other corner. Why? So before I go into this, he says, men and women operate differently. They pray differently. And there's a fascinating thing I just said. If I had another half a second, which I don't, I would tell you that why do you think we have a mechitza? You think it's because of tznius? That's a 19th century idea. There are always two reasons. One was tznius. The other one was that men and women pray differently. And why do people go to a Giants game? It's much better to watch the football game on TV. You're comfortable, you're not freezing your butt off, you're able to hear a commentary. Why do they go? Because the environment gives them koach. Everyone else is cheering next to you. That doesn't happen in your living room, right? In shul, the people who daven next to you, they reflect off of you. And so women and men have a different path. The Netziv talks about it, the Sephardic, the Abu Shanera talks about it. We separate not just for tznius, it's another reason. We separate because we want to be with people who pray like us, and women have a different prayer. You guys are a corporation. You fund it, she does it. That's it.